Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. How you all going today? I thought I would empty my box of empties. I noticed it's been about 6 months. I was going to wait till the end of the year, but it is overflowing and I don't think I'll use up much in the next 13 days of December, 23 days of December, something like that. So if you've not seen one of my empties videos before, I sort of go through the empty products that I've used in my mixed media and let you know if they're good or bad. I think it's called the empties, the good, bad and the ugly. And just, it's a good idea to do a product review and trying to get into my stash and use up a lot of old stuff. I've noticed a few things, and my last one 6 months ago, quite a few items were thrown out that had gone bad or basically gone bad and not usable again. So we've got a bunch of these whiteout tapes. Now I use these in my art journal sometimes to put lines down to then journal over the top of. So I like these two from Kmart. They're really nice. Couldn't get those last time, so I bought these little ones from Kmart. Never again. These little ones, I'm on my last one I think. Or probably second last one. I think they're a pack of 5. They are not very good. More expensive. And I wouldn't purchase these ones again because they are just not... The tape keeps falling off the runner for some reason. With this one, yeah, I don't know, for some reason the tape just keeps falling off the runner and I'm having awful issues with them, so won't purchase those again. We'll go into glues. So I used up a craft glue. This is from Reject Shop. I wish they made that again. It was really, really good craft glue, and I liked because you could put a small pin prick in the top of the hole, top of the cap, and then you'd have a small area for it to come out of. Really liked the glue. This one's got a little bit left in the bottom, but I couldn't get it out. It's too annoying to get out. This glue, unfortunately, it's about half full. Helma 450. Love the glue, don't like the tip. It seems to volcano out the tip, comes out too much, but it's an awesome glue. Except this one got neglected and it's just too hard now. I tried to revive it and I just couldn't. So unfortunately that one was a bit of a neglected one. So I'm going right through my stash and finding stuff and either throwing it out or using it. White school glue. Used a little one of these. Don't use that a lot, but I don't know where that even come from. A Fiskars glue pen. This was in my stash for quite a while, so I ended up using that up. Actually, no, I don't. That's the one in the hand I used up. This one I couldn't use because it had dried out and got all goopy and yucky. That was neglected. This one I found and I really like, but I can't find it at the moment. They're really cheap. They're only $2 or $3, and it had quite a fine tip on it, which was really nice. Montmark tacky glue, and I used that one all up, but I can't find it again in the stores. I've looked and looked, so maybe they don't make it again. This was another glue that I found in my stash from many moons ago, and it's supposed to have a, I don't know whether I'll be able to get the cap off because it gets sealed on. Again, it's almost new. It's a bit sad. It's supposed to have like a pen tip in the top, but that won't work, and then it has a brush, but it's so sticky and so icky, and the lid's hard to get off, and if things annoy me too much, I just won't use them, and this one just, yuck. I never liked it to start with anyway. Then I'm trying to get through my Mod Podge stash. I think I'm down to the last jar, unless there's some lurking somewhere. So this one is Mod Podge paper. I never usually pay much for them at Spotlight. I probably even got this for like half price as well. Mod Podge is great. Some people swear by it, but personally I don't like it in art journals because it can make your pages stick a bit better. This one is about half full. It got a bit thick, so I used what I could, and it's just, it's old and it's just starting to deteriorate. I wish they'd put manufacturer dates on things when you buy them. It does say 2012, but I don't know how accurate that would be, whether that's when it was manufactured or whether that was... Actually, I've got another one on my desk that I'm using up. I'm using up the... And I didn't like the glossness of this one either. I don't know why I bought the gloss. Does this one have a date on it? Oh, it has the same date on it. It says copyright 2023 and it says 2012. I wonder if 2012 was when it actually was manufactured. That's a few years old. This one's still really good. The gloss decided it wanted to get really thick. what else have we got? While we're doing big adhesives, we used up a modelling paste from Aldi. These are really good. These are only $3 or $4, $3 or $4 for like 250 mils. Really good stuff. The gesso was really nice. That I used that up ages ago. Used up some modelling paste. Don't use up modelling paste very often. Don't use it a lot. Used up some white gesso. Now, the last lot of white gesso I bought in a litre bottle, so obviously I don't have that on my desk because that's huge. So I take it and put it into spaghetti jars, and I think I got 300 ml jars and a little bit extra in this jar when I decanted it from the bigger jar to the next jar. Well, this is 380 mils, 4, 8, 12. Maybe I got 3 of these jars, I'm not sure. So when these big jars get down to about a third, I'll scrape it out and put it in a little jar, and the little jars are easier when I travel and teach classes. And then we used up a Vegemite. No, we didn't. This was black gesso. I should have taken the tag off. Every time I took it to class, I got a good old laugh. So that was quite funny. So I'm actually down to, I think, my last jar of black gesso, if I don't find another one hiding in my stash. Still got a couple of boxes of paints and mediums and stuff in my room to go through. But I think we're getting down on the black gesso. It's amazing how you start with a big tub and then you get down to almost nothing. So Liquitex matte medium, my favourite matte medium for sticking down napkins, rice paper, collage paper, any thin paper, and also for sealing your page. If you want to seal a pattern piece of paper, give it a bit more tooth and then you can put your mixed media over the top of it. So that was really cool to use that up. Used up an acrylic soft gel medium. Little Birdie, this, it's okay. I used to only buy it when it was 40% off at Lincraft. It's really nice and it was fairly cheap. I think we used to get these for about, they were $8 I believe a few years ago, and I used to get them 40% off or 30% off when they had their sales. So around the $5-6 mark. But it is again a little bit shiny. I'd love to use Liquitex all the time, but unfortunately my budget does not stretch that far. Liquitex is like a really expensive brand if you've not come across it before. I've had to throw out 2 texture paints. These 2 survived the last cull, but they didn't survive another 6 months, so they're all dried out unfortunately. This was like Prima texture paste. I've had it for quite a few years. I think I used it in a class in 2018 or something like that. But I don't think the lids are actually, a lot of these products, the manufacturers don't think about the lids to make them airtight, unfortunately. So yeah, those 2 have gone yucky. What else have we got to throw in our box that is looking rather full? We have got some, I'm on a mission to use up washi tape. So we've got a bunch of used up tape rolls. What have we got here? Because washi tape, like paint and ink, do have a shelf life. Unfortunately, this one didn't make it. This is a little X one. This was an expensive one too. It was really expensive brand. I can't remember what the brand is, but it is just not, it's all lost its sticky and it's all just sticking in a big mess. So that's a bit sad. So I'm on a mission to use up some of my washi tape in 2024 as well. Used up a roll of yellow that I just used for masking off areas. Used up some of this red feathery one. Used up some plastic tapes. I used up a whole bunch of these that I think Alexis originally had and I took to use. I use these on the top of my parcels and also a bit of my art, but they are plastic, so I don't particularly like them. So a bunch of those went out of the stash. Oh, a few more of those went. Some of them I don't know what the design was because it's gone. Oh, that's a Christmas one. A few more of these. Another one like that. Used up foam tape. Must have done a fair bit of card making. Used up a roll of masking tape. 2 rolls of, actually that's another roll of foam tape I think. This one's double-sided tape. And a roll of glue dots. Glue dots were really, really old, so I managed to use those up as well. Now, to what I love using the most is my pens. So what did we use up this time? We used up a Sharpie black pen, which I love to draw in my art journal. Love my Posca paint pens. Didn't use up as many this time as last time. We managed to get through 4 of them. This is probably my favourite size. This is the 1M. I'm actually going to keep these ones this time because I've seen people refill them. So I'm going to have a go at refilling them with something, because after my last Empties video, I saw someone fill them up with like liquid ink, I think, or watered down paint. I'll have to see if I can go find that video again. And I'd just thrown my Posca paint pens out. So I thought I will keep them this time, so they're not actually going in the bin. Then I used up an oil-based marker. I love this one because it had a big chisel tip on it, but the chisel tip has got, not that one, this one, the chisel tip has got ruined by putting the cap back on, which is not very good. Used up a Zig writer in silver. Used up 2 Pintor. I tried the Pintor brand of paint markers. I don't particularly like them. I prefer the Posca nibs, but I do have a few Pintors to use up in my stash. So they're not my preferred. They're a bit less expensive than the Poscas, but they're not my preferred one. Liquid chalk marker, I threw that in there because I found it in my stash and I don't use them anymore. I did originally buy these as paint pens and I didn't understand what liquid chalk meant. It's like for a chalkboard and it just rubs off. This Co dot marker came in dry and I couldn't be bothered taking it back to Kmart. And I used up a purple, that chisel tip got absolutely smashed, but this one is run out as well. One of my watercolour markers. The tip got bent. Oh, it's a brush tip, and then I tried to cut it down and it didn't work, so out it goes. So I used to like to colour in with those. So that is my box all nice and emptied and gone through. I will throw all this out and start again. Looks like about every 6 months we'll visit my good, the bad and the ugly to see what I've been using up, see what I personally like and dislike in supplies, or you might like to try the different supplies. Some people swear by Posca pens, some people swear by Pintor pens, some people swear by other brands. Just depends on what you personally like. It's like the gesso. Some brands people like, some don't. It just depends on personal choice. So I will leave it there and I will catch up with you all again soon. Let me know what products you've tried that I have, and whether you like Posca pens over the Pintor pens. Let me know and I will catch up with you next time. Bye for now.